could see what I've had to do to get this lighting to work. I literally put up this giant like foam board to block out some of the sun, and then I've got like my shades open like really awkwardly just so I can have good lighting for this fucking video. So ghetto, I know. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fun talking video for you guys, but pretty much I'm gonna be sharing with you guys the 17 things I learned in 2017. I thought this was a cool one to do because it kind of reflects on the year behind you, and I know it's already February, which is crazy, or at the end of February almost, which is crazy, but I still think it's important to think about, you know, all that you learned and what you can bring into 2018. So I'm just gonna get started because I have 17 things to talk about, so this might be a while, so you know, grab your coffee or your tea because I'm about to spill the tea. Just kidding, no tea, no shade. Don't think this is like directed at anybody. If you're watching this and you're from my past, not directed at you, just things I learned about myself and for myself. Alright, the biggest thing I learned, well, I guess not the biggest thing, but one of the main things that I learned in not just 2017, but kind of 2017 and from years in the past, it kind of just is something I've realized and grown to accept in 2017, is that if somebody wants to be with you, they're gonna be with you, and that goes the other way as well. If I want to be with somebody, I'm gonna be with somebody. There's no excuse in the world that will stop me from being with somebody if I really want to be with them and if I really love them. The second thing I learned was no matter what you tell yourself, you can't convince yourself to like somebody, and I am really guilty of this, not just in 2017 but in 2016, where I just felt like, you know, this person's good to me and we have a connection, we can talk to each other about things, even though I knew I didn't want to be with them and that I didn't really have super strong feelings for them. I kind of tried to finesse my own feelings and just tried to convince myself that I could be with somebody that I didn't want to be with, or convince myself that I love somebody that I didn't love, and vice versa. You can't force somebody to like you, you can't force a relationship if they don't want it. So another ugly truth to accept, but definitely an important lesson that I learned. The third one is a little less deep, I guess, but your skin changes as you get older, and that's something I didn't know until I guess like the past year. But I always thought, you know, because I had dry skin when I was younger, I'm like, oh yeah, I have dry skin, I have dry skin, I have super dry skin. Even though my skin would get oily in some areas, and I was, you know, showing a lot of developing a lot of texture and sebum, I'm like, no, like I have dry skin, I've always had dry skin, keep using these dry skin products, these thick moisturizers, and I ended up just like fucking up my skin a lot more. But if you want to maintain good skin, you're just gonna have to listen to what your skin is asking you for, what it's needing, and just adapt to it and give it the products that it wants. You know, if you're starting to develop a lot of texture, a lot of white spots, a lot of sebum, stop using those heavy moisturizers. You no longer have dry skin. I have combination skin now. Number 4 is New York is my favorite city. I traveled to a bunch of cities in Vancouver, haha. I traveled to a bunch of cities in 2017, and I really got to go to visit a lot of the cities that I had this like particular thought or opinion about, or you know, I've always wanted to either go there or I've been there before, I never really got to explore it, or yeah, I just got to truly explore and hang out in these cities that I have adored and admired since when I was a kid. And even though I've been on the West Coast pretty much my entire life and I have loved LA every time I've been there, I truly fell in love with New York when I went in December. Number 5, when someone shows you who they are, what their true colors are, trust it. So if somebody early on in a relationship tells you, you know, I can't commit, or I don't like it when this happens, or this is who I am, you know, as much as you want to ignore those statements, and as much as you want to look past some of those things that you don't agree on, don't do that. Just believe it. Just believe it. You're gonna save yourself a lot of heartache and a lot of headspace if you just trust your instinct and trust what they're saying to you and just take it in and accept it. Number 6, if you aren't happy or are doubting a relationship early on, trust yourself, trust your gut instinct, and leave. This kind of plays into number 1 and number 2, where it's like, don't force yourself and don't force the other person to be in a relationship with you, and don't force feelings. Don't try to force any of that, because it's not gonna work. Like, you gotta both want it. You gotta both be ready for it. Ask yourself, what is it that I want? Does it align with the other person? And you know, have we talked about it yet? Have we communicated about it yet? And if all of the circumstances add up, sum up to, maybe it's best if you leave. Know your worth and be strong enough to just leave. Simple. Number 7, dating apps are not for me. I'm over it. Like, given I've only been on 2 dates from dating apps, one was from Tinder, one was from Bumble, and you know, I never really gave it a chance, but something I learned in 2017 is that they're just not for me. I don't want to use dating apps anymore. Number, what is this, 8? It's okay to say no to people, even people that you love. So it's okay to say no to hanging out with people. It's okay to say no when people ask you to do stuff. It's okay to say no. It's okay. It's okay to say no sometimes and just take time for yourself sometimes. And it's okay to say no when you just don't feel like you want to do something, or you don't feel like you have the time for something. Number 9, I think. Listen to your friends, but always listen to yourself first. I'm very guilty of this. I let my friends gas me up. Obviously, I want to tell all my girlfriends and all my best friends about fights that I get into with my significant other or arguments that I get into, because a lot of the times I just want somebody to share my frustration and hear me rant. Also, sometimes I just need their advice and their opinion. I'm like, am I being unreasonable? Are they being unreasonable? I need somebody else to look at the situation and kind of objectively tell me, am I in the right? Am I in the wrong? What should I do? But at the end of the day, don't let your friends dictate your entire relationship, because nobody knows your significant other and nobody knows your relationship like you do. Number 10, good connections are hard to find, but they are not impossible to find. So I'm noticing a lot in both myself and people around me that, you know, we're realizing that with today's technology and hyperconnectivity, it's hard to find a really solid connection with somebody, and it's hard to build a solid connection with somebody. And a lot of the times when people do find somebody they connect with, they're automatically like, okay, I gotta latch onto this person, I gotta date this person, like, this is my only chance at love, I don't connect to anybody, da 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 da. But that's just not the way it is. Like, yes, I agree, it is hard. It is so hard to find somebody you genuinely connect with and genuinely share, like, you know, common virtues and common morals and common interests with. It's hard to find somebody that you can truly talk to nowadays, but it's not impossible. Number 11, you can love somebody, but you don't have to date them. It doesn't mean you have to date them. That's something that I learned, is that just because you have feelings for somebody, just because you love somebody, just because they love you back, it doesn't always make for the perfect scenario or the perfect situation for you guys to be together. That was something that I also try to force a lot when I was younger, is like, you know, I'll feel these really strong feelings and I'll be in love and I'll fall in love with my significant other, the person that I'm dating, and even when it doesn't work out, I still hold on to that feeling, and I'm like, okay, this kind of goes back to the previous point, but like, I made such a strong connection with this person, he loves me, I love him, doesn't that mean that we need to be together? Doesn't that mean we should be together? And honestly, that just isn't the case all the time. Sometimes they're meant to be in your life in a different way. Like, I'm pretty good friends with some of my exes now. Yeah, it's fine. Like, that's just the way things go. Don't stress. Do not worry. you're gonna be okay. This kind of adds on, what is this, number 12? This kind of adds on to the previous point, but just because something happened doesn't mean it's important. And vice versa, you know, don't discredit something as being completely a waste of time, because everything in life happens for a reason, and whether it's there to teach you a lesson or to be there and stay for good, don't discredit it, but also don't put too much weight on things that didn't matter. Number 13 is one that I know a lot of people struggle with, and I know I talked about this in my insecurities video, but comparison is for the insecure, and I definitely struggle with this, especially being prominent. Okay, I don't want to say like prominent on Instagram, because I am not that prominent on Instagram, but just having a presence on Instagram, and following a lot of girls who have presences on Instagram. It's hard not to compare yourself to these perfect girls on social media. It's hard not to compare yourself to the models in the magazines. It's hard not to compare yourself to all these people who are truly putting their best face forward on social media, but just know they don't look like that every day, girl. They get bloated. Number 15, another sort of deep one, but falling for somebody doesn't make you soft. Falling in love doesn't make you soft. And being vulnerable doesn't make you weak. Because if you think about it, especially in the times that we live in, falling for somebody and feeling feelings is so fucking hard. It makes you so fucking tough, because it is tough. It's tough to open yourself up to somebody, and being vulnerable does not make you weak. You gotta be really fucking strong. You gotta be really strong, really confident, really sure of yourself to feel and let yourself be vulnerable with somebody. So I don't know where everybody's getting this idea that like falling in love and feeling feelings is soft and being vulnerable is weak. Like, no, I'm not always strong enough to be vulnerable with somebody, and I'm not always strong enough and hard enough to fucking let somebody in and fall and let myself feel feelings. So wherever everybody's getting this fucking mindset from, drop it. It's not true. Number 16 kind of relates back to the first one, where I'm talking about if somebody wants to be with you, they're gonna be with you. But no matter how busy you are or somebody else is, if you care about somebody, if you want to spend time with them, you're gonna make time for them. Like, literally, that's just how it works. That's just how it works in life. So don't use it as an excuse for other people or for yourself. Don't be like, no, like the reason I don't hang out with this person is because I'm too busy, or the reason they don't hang out with me is because they're too busy, they've got too much shit on their plate. Like, no, fuck that. If you really care about somebody, if you truly want to hang out with somebody, no matter how fucking busy you are, you're gonna make time for them. Alright, last but not least, again, 17 kind of relates back to another one of the ones that I'm talking about, the one where I was like, don't let your friends dictate your relationship. Don't let your friends dictate your relationship. But 17 is, don't let anybody define your relationships or define your hardships, obstacles, whatever it is. Don't let anybody define these important aspects of your life to you. Only you can do that. Only you truly understand what they are, what they mean, the weight of them, what you should do. Obviously, you want to take advice from people and you want people's help in certain aspects, and you want to like chat with somebody. Sometimes it's better to like talk to somebody about something, talk to somebody and get them to help you talk through it. Sometimes you do need advice, you know, maybe it's a situation that you've never encountered before and you want to talk to somebody who has encountered it before and get their opinion and their advice. But don't live through other people's opinions. This is your life. This is you're the captain of this ship of life. It's you, you know, obviously you got a crew that'll help you put up the sails and whatever the crew of a ship does, but you're the captain, you're steering. This is your job, this is your life. You know, they've got their own fucking boats to steer. They've got their own ships to guide through the waters. That's number 17. That's 17 things. Those are 17 things that I learned in 2017. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to share with me your 17 things, or maybe just even one thing, one important thing that you learned in 2017, snap me, tweet me, DM me, leave it in the comments below. And yeah, let me know. Maybe you can give me some more insights about life, because shit, girl, like, there's still so much to learn. I know there's still so much I need to learn about myself, about how I work, about the world, about everything. I'm gonna be learning for the rest of my life, and that's just the way it is, and I've accepted it, and I'm ready to try new things and experience new things and pick up new, I don't know, beliefs and opinions, develop new opinions for myself. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It would mean the world to me and would help me out a lot. And then of course, make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed seeing this face, if you enjoyed hearing me talking, which I know not a lot of people do. I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!